Do you ever feel like your energy is just constantly being drained by difficult people? It's almost like they have a remote control for your mood, leaving you exhausted, frustrated, and totally powerless. You finish a conversation and you just feel heavy, diminished, like your own peace has been stolen. But what if there was a way to build a mental shield? A set of ancient secrets from one of the wisest men in history that could make these toxic people, well, disappear from your emotional world? Now, this isn't about some magic trick. This is about a deep shift inside of you, a change in your mindset, guided by a man who was arguably the most powerful person on the planet, yet dealt with betrayal, jealousy, and incompetence every single day. He was the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, and his private journal, which we know as Meditations, is a masterclass in building an unbreakable inner fortress. The secrets in his journal don't teach you how to change other people. They teach you how to become immune to their influence. In this video, we're going to pull back the curtain on 5 of these secrets that will give you back your peace and make toxic people powerless in your presence. Section 1. Secret Hasson, the morning preparation. The very first secret to making toxic people fade away is to expect them. I know, that sounds counterintuitive, maybe even a little pessimistic, but it's the absolute foundation of Stoic resilience. Marcus Aurelius didn't start his day with blind optimism. He started it with a strong dose of reality. He wrote to himself, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly." Now, hold on. This isn't about becoming a cynic. It's a strategic mental exercise. Think of it like checking the weather. If the forecast calls for a massive thunderstorm, you don't get angry at the sky when it starts to rain. You don't take it personally. You just grab your umbrella. Expecting to run into difficult people is your mental umbrella. The real power of toxic behavior is in the shock. When a coworker makes a snide comment or a relative is relentlessly negative, our first reaction is usually surprise. I can't believe they just said that. Why are they being so difficult? That emotional jolt is the hook. It's what pulls you into their drama and sucks your energy dry. By preparing yourself in the morning, you remove that element of surprise. You've already forecast the possibility of meddling or ungrateful behavior. So when it happens, your reaction isn't shock, it's recognition. Ah, there it is. Right on schedule. This tiny shift from shock to recognition is huge. It creates a space between their action and your reaction. And in that space, you keep your power. Marcus didn't just stop at predicting the behavior. He gave himself a reason not to let it bother him. He continued, "They are like this because they can't tell good from evil. This isn't an insult. It's a diagnosis rooted in compassion." He saw their toxicity not as a personal attack, but as a symptom of their own inner chaos and ignorance. Their negativity is a reflection of their own world, not a judgment on yours. So, how do you use this? Every morning, take 30 seconds. Before the phone, before the chaos, just tell yourself, "Today, I'll probably meet people who are stressed, short-tempered, or self-absorbed. That's just part of being human. I can't control them, but I can control my response. Their drama is theirs, not mine, and I won't let it wreck my peace." By doing this, you're not inviting negativity. You're vaccinating your mind against it. When the inevitable happens, you'll find yourself calmer, less reactive, and the toxic person's power over you just starts to dissolve. They haven't changed, but you have, and that changes everything. Section 2. Secret #2. The Citadel of the Mind. The second secret is maybe the most famous and powerful concept in all of Stoicism, mastering what's called the dichotomy of control. It's the game-changing realization that your true power isn't in controlling what happens around you, but in mastering your own mind. Marcus Aurelius put it perfectly: "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is the blueprint for building what the Stoics called the inner citadel, a fortress inside your mind that no amount of external chaos can ever break into. Toxic people get their power by creating chaos on the outside and feeding on your reaction to it. They provoke, they criticize, they manipulate, and they wait. They wait for you to get angry, defensive, or upset. The moment you do, you've handed them the keys to your inner world. You've let their external nonsense dictate your internal peace. Imagine your mind is a perfectly calm lake. A toxic person comes and throws a rock into it. That rock is their comment, their action, their negativity. The ripples that disturb the water are your emotional reactions. The Stoic secret is knowing you are not the ripples. You are the entire lake. You can choose to let the waters get choppy, or you can remain still and let the rock sink harmlessly to the bottom. This is the practice of emotional detachment. It's not about becoming a cold, unfeeling robot. It's about observing your feelings without being taken hostage by them. When someone says something hurtful, that initial flash of anger or pain is normal. The Stoic move is to pause and acknowledge the feeling without becoming it. You can say to yourself, "A feeling of anger is here," instead of, "I am so angry." That subtle shift creates distance. It turns you from a character in their play into an audience member watching from a safe distance. Think about it like this. Someone is outside your house, screaming insults. You have two choices. You can run outside and scream back, getting into a draining, pointless fight. Or you can stand at the window, watch them, and think, "Wow, that person is really spending their energy in a strange way." You acknowledge the noise, but you don't let it into your house. Your mind is your home. You decide who and what gets inside. To put this into practice, use a mental trigger. The next time you feel that emotional spike, silently tell yourself, "This is external. My mind is my own." Take a slow, deep breath. Remind yourself that you can't control what they're doing, but you have complete control over how you respond. This isn't being passive, it's strategic, non-engagement. You're refusing to play a game you can't win, and by doing that, you achieve the only victory that matters: protecting your peace. Section 3. Secret #3. The art of assertive boundaries. Secret number 3 is all about building and defending your boundaries without feeling guilty about it. The Stoics knew that your time, your energy, and your attention are your most precious resources. Letting toxic people feast on them is a betrayal of yourself. While Stoicism teaches us to accept people as they are, it's not a call for passive acceptance of abuse. It's about accepting the reality that some people are harmful to you, and then taking logical steps to protect yourself. Setting a boundary is the practical, real-world application of the dichotomy of control. You can't control their impulse to cross a line, but you have absolute control over where that line is drawn. So many of us struggle with this because we're taught to be nice. We feel guilty saying no. We write a 5-page essay explaining ourselves, hoping they'll understand and approve of our boundary. Here's the problem. A toxic person doesn't see your long explanation as a reason to back off. They see it as an invitation to negotiate. They'll poke holes in your reasons, make you feel selfish, and try to manipulate you into erasing the very line you just drew. The Stoic approach to boundaries is calm, firm, and unapologetic. It's deciding what you will and will not accept, and then communicating that with your actions. The great Stoic Seneca knew that the most effective boundary is often just a simple, clear no without a long story attached. No, I'm not available to talk about this. No, I won't participate in gossip. No, I can't lend you any more money. Think of your personal energy like a piece of land. A boundary is the fence. A good neighbor respects the fence. A toxic person will constantly rattle it, look for unlocked gates, or try to convince you that fences are unfriendly. Your job isn't to justify the fence. Your job is just to maintain it. Every time you let someone cross a boundary without a consequence, you're teaching them that your boundaries are just suggestions. Marcus Aurelius, as emperor, had to be a master of this to protect himself from the endless demands of court life. He knew that protecting his own peace was crucial to ruling well. He reminds us to focus on our own actions, and a primary action is choosing what we allow into our lives. If something isn't right, don't do it. If a conversation is destructive, walk away. Here's how to practice it. First, define your non-negotiables for yourself. What behavior are you done tolerating? Second, communicate that boundary simply and firmly when it's crossed. You don't have to be mean, just clear. I'm not comfortable with this conversation. Let's change the subject. Or, I have to end this call now. Third, and this is the most important part, enforce it. That might mean leaving the room or limiting contact. Your actions are the enforcement. Setting a boundary isn't harsh. It's an act of self-respect. It's you telling the world, and yourself, that your peace is not up for debate. Hey, if this journey into Stoic wisdom is helping you feel more powerful, take a second to subscribe to the channel. We're all on this path to resilience and peace together, and we'd love for you to be a part of it. Section 4, Secret #4, The Invincible Power of Kindness. The fourth secret feels completely backward, but it might just be the most powerful weapon in the Stoic arsenal. When you're faced with toxicity and aggression, the ultimate power move isn't to fight back. It's to respond with deliberate kindness or even calm indifference. Marcus Aurelius gave us one of the most profound lines ever written on this. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Let that sink in. Our gut instinct when attacked is to attack back. We want to prove them wrong, to hurt them like they hurt us. But when we do that, we sink to their level. We let them set the rules of the game, and we end up mirroring the exact behavior we hate. We become angry and resentful. In that moment, they've won, because they successfully destroyed our peace. To be unlike your enemy is to refuse to get in the mud with them. It is to show, through your character, that their toxicity has no home in you. Marcus goes even further, saying, kindness is invincible if it is sincere, not fawning or pretense. Imagine a toxic person is throwing handfuls of mud at a stone wall. Their insults and negativity are the mud. If you retaliate, it's like grabbing your own handful of mud and slinging it back. Now you're both dirty and locked in a pointless fight. The Stoic response is to be the stone wall. The mud hits you, but you are a solid, unmovable surface. You don't react. You don't retaliate. You just stand firm. What happens to the mud? It slides off or dries up and flakes away on its own. The wall is unchanged. The person throwing the mud is the only one who gets dirty, and eventually, they run out of mud. Responding with genuine kindness or calm indifference is completely disarming to a toxic person. They're geared up for a fight. When you respond with something like, "I'm sorry you feel that way," or "I hear you," or even just calm silence, you give them nothing to push against. Their aggression has nowhere to land. It's like a wave crashing against a cliff. The cliff doesn't fight back. It simply exists, and the wave loses all its power. This is not about being a doormat. It's about recognizing that engaging with their negativity is a trap. The real victory is protecting your own virtue and your own peace of mind. Sometimes, a calm and kind response is so shocking it can actually force the other person to look in the mirror. So, before you walk into a toxic situation, make a choice. Decide that your goal isn't to win the argument, but to maintain your character. If an insult comes your way, pause, breathe. Remember your goal. Respond with a simple, "I see," and change the subject. Or offer a kind word, or say nothing at all. This isn't weakness. It's a display of incredible emotional strength. It's a quiet declaration that you operate on a higher frequency, one their toxicity can't touch. Section 5. Secret #5. The practice of negative visualization. The fifth and final secret is a powerful Stoic exercise that completely flips modern positive thinking on its head. Negative visualization. This is the practice of actively thinking about challenges and worst-case scenarios, not to create anxiety, but to build your resilience and strip those events of their emotional power. The Stoic philosopher Seneca taught that by rehearsing misfortunes in your mind, you rob them of their power to shock you. When it comes to toxic people, this mental rehearsal is like a fire drill for your emotions. You don't do a fire drill because you want a fire. You do it so that if a fire ever breaks out, you don't panic. You know exactly what to do and where to go. Most of us hope every interaction will be pleasant, so we're emotionally blindsided when it isn't. Negative visualization is the cure for that. It's an advanced version of the morning preparation we talked about. Before a meeting with a difficult boss or a holiday with a manipulative relative, you take a moment to vividly imagine what might go wrong. Imagine their potential criticisms. Hear their passive-aggressive comments. Feel them trying to guilt trip you. Let yourself feel that initial, imaginary sting. Then, in the safety of your own mind, you practice your Stoic response. You visualize yourself pausing, breathing, and remembering you have power over your own mind. You rehearse setting your boundary calmly. You imagine yourself responding with that invincible kindness. Marcus Aurelius did this exact thing when he wrote about expecting to meet ungrateful and arrogant people. He didn't just name it, he mentally prepared for it, so his mind was already armed and ready. He tells us, "Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present." Negative visualization is sharpening those weapons before you need them. The beauty of this is twofold. First, if the negative thing does happen, you're ready. The shock is gone, and you can handle it with grace because you've been there before in your mind. You can think, "I was prepared for this. I know what to do." Second, and this is the amazing part, if the negative thing doesn't happen, you are filled with a massive sense of gratitude. The meeting goes fine, the family dinner is peaceful, because you considered the worst. You don't take the good outcome for granted. It feels like a gift. This practice not only defangs toxic encounters, but makes every peaceful moment feel that much sweeter. Conclusion. So there you have it. 5 ancient secrets from a Roman emperor to make toxic people disappear from your emotional world. First, prepare yourself every morning. Expect difficulty, and you'll remove its power to surprise you. Second, build your inner citadel. Your mind is your own. Don't give the keys to anyone else. Third, set firm boundaries without guilt. Your peace is worth protecting. Fourth, practice invincible kindness. The best revenge is to be nothing like the person who hurt you. And fifth, use negative visualization. Rehearse for adversity, and you'll meet it with calm strength. Notice, not one of these secrets is about changing the other person. They are all about forging an inner strength so deep that the actions of others simply can't touch your core. When you practice these principles, something incredible happens. Toxic people don't literally vanish, but their power over you does. They become like a storm raging outside your window. You can see it, you can acknowledge it, but inside your fortress, you are safe and calm. You have the power to reclaim your energy and your tranquility. It starts not by fighting the chaos outside, but by building the order within. What's your biggest challenge when dealing with difficult people? Share your story in the comments below. Your experience could be the one that helps someone else. And if you're ready to master your mind and live a more resilient life, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications for more wisdom from the great Stoic philosophers. Thanks for watching.